It seems kind of contradictory, but new research suggests flirting with strangers can strengthen the bond between you and your partner. So what do you two think of this story?
First of all,
do you want to take this?
first of all,
Okay.
Do you want us to leave?
No, you guys can stay.
what was the conversation about again? No, I honestly think flirting is actually healthy, and I actually agree with this research. It is good. I'll give you a quick story. I just came back from East Africa. I was in Uganda visiting my family. I was out with my cousins one night, and they introduced me to a lovely lady who was there on a date. Her date had abandoned her. He had gone to hang out with his friends in another part of the bar. And I told her, you know what? Just flirt with me. It took all of less than 5 minutes, and he was standing right beside her again. Because he saw her flirting with me. And that is what the work I'm putting in for society, by the way.
You do the hard work.
Yes. So for those of you, hit me up. Let me know when you need me. I'm out here. I'm on the streets. I'm here for you.
I love that. First of all, I want to hear from the people in long-term relationships how you feel about it when you see your partner flirting, if they do flirt.
Well, here's the thing. Like, when I flirt, I feel like I know that it's just joking. It's just cute. You know what I mean? Because, like, it's an impossibility. So I flirt often with servers. Simon loves to flirt with older women, mature women. And we both love it. And it does build the relationship.
Because there's no chance of something actually happening.
So what if he starts flirting with someone who looks like me, talks like me, maybe he's even better than me?
There's no such thing.
I would be mad.
There's no such thing.
I think I would be like, oh, that's interesting. Flirting stinks.
I, for one, I'm for flirting, but I think it comes down to the quality of the relationship, and every couple is different. I think fundamentally, if each person trusts each other implicitly, then I think flirting is super healthy, and I think that's fun. It kind of keeps a little bit of a spark alive to see that someone else desires your partner, your pyre, because you know they're not going to actually do anything. But in past relationships, I have been terribly insecure, no trust in the relationship. And so if my partner in that scenario is flirting, I've got like...
You're ready to kill.
What? Yeah. Who's coming next to my man? And I've been that girl. I will call myself out. But Ryan is such a flirt. And I'll tell you, I sit back and I'm like, that's really hot.
Yeah. You like it.
Yeah.
I do. But I do want to say, I think I'm not going to speak for all women, but I'm going to speak for some married women because there's a big crew of us that hang. And I think that there's a secret fantasy among some married women who've been in long-term relationships with the same partner. And we've got kids, and long-term monogamy can be a little boring.
Okay.
I think the secret fantasy is, and I'm not saying it has to happen, it's a fantasy that you think, hey, if my partner flirts, and if that flirting turned into an actual affair, as devastating as it would be, does that mean that I could cheat too? And I actually think it's a fantasy that some people think of, where you're like, oh, well, and what does that tell me? It tells me that if I'm going to channel my inner Cynthia, maybe some couples need to be discussing...
To open up the relationship. Maybe. Okay, that's an interesting...
Ryan, where's my husband?
Yeah.
I am not saying this for us, for the record.
Hey, Ryan.
Listen. Flirting is good for you, it's healthy, but as long as, when I read this, I'm like, as long as when we say couple, that it is equal, that both sides are feeling the same way, and I think the definition of flirting is different for some people. Some people, what they think is flirting, I think is just friendliness, while other people, their flirting is like, you're being disrespectful to your relationship now. Come back to your date's table. You shouldn't need to see her with another man for you to come back and pay attention to her. So I think it just depends, but let's move on before I get myself in trouble. Next up, I know, honey, I see. Don't worry, I see you. Hold my hand while I read this one. Okay.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.